Welcome back. Well, we have, I kind of want to call him the Dean of Harvard Eye Associates, Dr. Roger Ohanesian. It's been a while since you've been on, sir. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah. You have got just an absolutely terrific group over there, as we've known over the years.
They're great.
They really are. Now, we're going to talk about a program that you've been over to Armenia, right?
Yes.
And tell us about, you brought some slides that we're going to show. We're going to kind of go through both ones on the screen, and I know you have some on your laptop, and we'll kind of situate that to the camera over there. But tell me about this program, and how did you build it?
Well, it actually started back in 1992. I had gotten a fax at that time from the Minister of Health of Armenia, and it had been transmitted to all of the different medical sources in America as well as throughout the world. They were at war, and the war had gone on for since 1988, and their hospitals were overrun. The hospitals in the country had been receiving many of the people from the war, not only the injured that were in the military, but also many of the children.
Yeah.
There was a variety of different ways that children were injured, and the reason for that was so that they would, it would require 4 people to take care of one child.
Wow.
And only 1 person to take care of an adult. So obviously children were targeted.
Yeah.
In any event, they also found a lot of the munitions, the landmines and so forth, and they would explode and they'd get injured, particularly in the eyes, because they were looking at it and they would smack this thing, and when they did, it would just explode into their faces.
Wow.
It was just terrible things.
Yeah.
So they asked for all different surgeons. They asked for general surgeons, orthopedic surgeons, ophthalmologists, neurosurgeons, and so forth. And at that time, in 1992, I went over not knowing what to find, and when I did, I found that there were numerous people that really needed aid, and I realized that I didn't know really what more I could do, but I knew if I kept on coming, that at least I'd be able to figure out how we could be able to help the country.
Right.
So then that led to now probably more than 50 trips to the country over the past 25 years.
Wow. How difficult is it to bring really state-of-the-art equipment over to a third world country, transport it there, making sure that it's transported properly, in many cases very delicate equipment that has to be extremely precise, as we have seen, and get it there and set it up and get it to go and really have the resources to operate it, the electricity.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. When I started going over there, also was a program known as the United Armenian Fund, and through Krikorian, he had actually provided a cargo plane that would go back and forth over.
Okay.
So I was able to get an awful lot of the very expensive and precision equipment over by that method. I also sent over in time when I first started sending equipment over. It was medicines and various other packaged things and so forth. We had enormous. I think there's a photograph back 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, we show that of the pallets.
Yes, the pallets that we would bring over, and they were able to be brought into the areas. And the pallets themselves just had an enormous amount of both instruments as well as medicines. And we were able to spread it to the different hospitals so that they could, one of the things that they needed desperately were light bulbs, just the light bulbs that would go into the microscopes, because a lot of them had burned out. They had been operating nonstop.
Right.
So, and we were very fortunate to have gotten the help of USAID. They had helped us tremendously in the early years, and even recently.
How expensive is it to operate this program?
Right now, it was more expensive right in the beginning because there was so many things that needed redoing. When I went, I noticed that all the equipment was old, and I felt that it would be necessary to bring a lot of equipment, microscopes, slit lamps, and so forth over. Then, as time went on, we had taken care of the capital. The capital was doing pretty well, and so it was necessary to help out people in the hinterland, and we built a mobile eye hospital.
Okay.
And the mobile eye hospital then had to be brought over by ship. It was by cargo ship that it went from America. It was made in America, a place up in Burlington, Vermont. We made the truck, and then outfitted the cab so they had 2 exam rooms, 2 lasers, and a full-on operating room.
Wow.
So that went over by cargo ship. Went over.
Amazing.
Interesting story. It went over. Lloyd's of London would insure it all the way to from America to Poti in Georgia, and it would also insure it when it got to Armenia, down to its destination in Yerevan. But the distance between Poti, which is the port in Georgia, and the border of Armenia, they wouldn't insure it because that was such a dangerous area.
Wow.
And so they were afraid that it would be stolen or parts of it would be cannibalized and so forth. So the Armenians sent up a contingent of military to receive it when it arrived in Poti, and we drove it down.
Wow.
So, just the little challenges challenges now are mainly in the customs service is very strict, and we have to make sure that we've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's.
When do you go? When was the last time you went over there?
I was there in July.
Oh, so you're
I typically go once or twice a year.
Okay.
And this last trip, we had a very big group, and we opened up a regional eye center.
How is the conditions over there now, just in general, compared to when you started this? Not only for your field of operation and clinic, but for the people themselves over there. Has life gotten better? Compared
well,
to,
in general, life has gotten better. The war is not on.
Yeah.
Although there's cross-border firings and so forth. And, but nonetheless, it seems as if things are doing much better. The people are much better off. There's a huge amount of industry that has gone into the country. The medical care now has improved dramatically. The Armenian Eye Care Project has built centers throughout the country, as well as this mobile eye hospital that's gone around the country 6 times.
Wow.
And taken care of about 500,000 people. So
that's amazing.
It's very impressive.
You brought some pictures here on your laptop, and we'll see if we can get a few of these. And while you're bringing those up, are there certain patients and other doctors from other countries that you remember particular times with over there? I'm sure you got a lot.
Yeah, well, we've really had more than 50 doctors who have come with us.
Wow. Here, let's move this up. I'm just angling it for the camera there. All right, that's good.
Okay. We've had more than 50 doctors who have come with us that are specialists within ophthalmology. We've had more than 250 that have actually joined our program and are like in ear, nose, and throat. We just had a doctor that came. We've had other doctors within other specialties within ophthalmology that have come. Cornea specialists, glaucoma specialists. We have one in Rick Hill is a doctor who's a glaucoma specialist who has come with me. Geez, if I've been 50 times, he's been 40. I mean, it's just done
absolutely amazing.
Enormous. Richard Hill, good Armenian name.
Yeah.
You know, or Tom Lee, who has come with us multiple times. Tom Lee is the chief of chief of vision services at Children's Hospital, and he's been really terrific for us. He's been someone who has started a program in pediatric diseases. We've brought a doctor over to this country. We brought 12 of their doctors to come to America to get trained in fellowships.
Yeah.
And they've gone back over, and I promised them that if they spent a year of their life here, when they went back to America, to Armenia, that we'd make sure that they had all the equipment that they needed to be able to have a clinic similar to the one that we had in America. And that's worked very well. And they've trained others too.
That is really good.
And Tom Lee.
Great program.
Tom Lee has started a center of excellence. There he is. Tom Lee.
There we go.
Has done a great job and started something else too. As a matter of fact, that's a video. And if you want to play that, we've been able to get telemedicine brought into.
I don't know if we can play that, but.
Okay. We've been able to get telemedicine brought into Armenia.
Wow.
And it's been really terrific.
That is great. And he's a part of the Children's Hospital of LA.
The Vision Center at Children's Hospital of LA, yeah.
That is wonderful. I mean, the program has just skyrocketed.
He's been with us maybe 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
And the Center for Excellence for Reduction and Elimination of Childhood Diseases has really been through Tom.
And I think it's wonderful. You know, considering this program started all those 20 years ago, the way it's just built up, and all the people, yourself, and of course, like Dr. Lee and all the other people that have been involved, it's fantastic. It really is.
Yeah.
It's glad to see it still going on.
Yeah, well, it still is, and it's wonderful because we now usually have to raise about $1.5 million. This is a number of the doctors that operated on this little child, and the surgery itself is not. That's Chen Wang, who is from London, who flew out to assist in this surgery. The doctor in the center is the one that did the surgery. The other doctors are part of the pediatric team. What's so exciting about it is we have Tom Lee is able to be the assistant surgeon in these cases.
When he's
because
here.
Through telemedicine, he is able to look on his screen, on his laptop, and see exactly what's going on and be able to assist the surgeons, and because he's looking through the microscope. It has a television camera within it. It's been terrific.
Well, Doctor, I want to thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thanks. My pleasure.
As I said, you yourself, you started a great organization with Harvard Eye, and the people who helped found that organization, yourself being one of them. But just as important, if not more importantly, what you've done with this Armenia program is spectacular.
But what I will say is that it's been a philosophy of the practice ever since we started to give back. I mean, we not only do it. All of our doctors, Dr. Kim, Dr. Kirsten, Dr. Ohanesian, Sev and Brian Kim, all have gone off and done missionary work elsewhere, and have done it extensively. Yeah, they have. And we do it in California as well. Thank you very much. It's always good to see you. Much good to see you too. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, don't be away so long. All right, I know you got great doctors you have to rotate through to have them on, but it's good to see yourself too. Good to see you too. Thank you. We'll be right back.